All right, so for today's video, I just want to talk about basically like why you shouldn't trust doctors and also police officers, right? Because these are some of the people that are that you have been taught to trust, sort of just as sort of a given, right? So to start off, I want to start off with like doctors, right? Because the thing about doctors is that first of all they know nothing about the human body, but secondly they're basically there to collect a fat check. That's what doctors are there for. Doctors are there to and that's the bottom line. Like most doctors and nurses are not doctors and nurses out of the goodness of their heart. They're there to get enough money to buy a new BMW. That's what they're there for. And if fucking up your body gets them more money, they will do it because they do not care about you or your well-being. Right? If they give you a botched surgery, if they give you a botched surgery and it makes them more money, they do not care. They will give you the surgery. They will give you the pills. Right? And it's absolutely insane how you can have like a 5 foot tall 300 pound man walk into the office and say like, "Oh, I have lower back pain." Like, gee, I wonder why. First of all, but second of all, but second of all, what the doctor will do is they're like, "Oh, we can give you painkillers, and if that doesn't work, we can give you back surgery." Or they do this shit where it's like, "Oh, we can give you Ozempic to do weight loss," and so instead of saying, "Hey, get a treadmill," instead of, "Hey, get fit, have a healthy lifestyle, and stop eating the wrong foods," right? Well, what these people will do is they will basically um they will basically tell you to get they're essentially pill salesmen. That's basically what doctors are. That's the extent of their capability, and like what they've been taught in school. Their entire college career is entirely built on how on like memorization. But basically, these people are robots. They're not geniuses. They're not like super genius, mega genius, autistic, savants that are capable of inventing a UFO. Like no, these people are capable of memorizing what pills to give to which people depending on what symptoms. That's it. And they're basically pill salesmen for big pharma. And a lot of times what will happen is that like these people will gaslight you into thinking that you have illnesses that you don't have, right? And so that's another aspect of it, is that it's all built on money, and like none of it is built on human compassion and like the ability, like trying to heal other people out of the compassion, out of these people's compassion, or like out of the human heart. That none of that exists in the medical industry. It's all about who gets the money. It's about who makes more money. It's all about, if I prescribe this person with this instead of, because there's no money in the cure. If you give someone a certain pill that solves their problem, whatever, or if you give a cure, then you're that like a cured customer is a customer lost, right? And so like the job of these doctors is to prescribe whatever makes the like whatever prolongs the issue. Like if it temporarily alleviates the issue, but if it prolongs the issue, that's it, right? And that's what they're there to do. They're there to make money. And so to go over some like personal experiences, right? I remember I had asthma whenever I was a little kid, and I was on like allergy medication, and I had like inhalers and stuff like that. But I remember after losing weight in high school, after running and running and losing weight in high school, what happened was that I wouldn't like I basically grew out of my asthma because I exercised. Right. Because I lived a healthy lifestyle, not because, I kept using my inhaler and I kept using, allergy medicines and all this other stuff. It's because I actually exercised and had a healthy lifestyle that my body, sort of adapted. It adapted to the stress of running, right? And so there's that where it's like if you stop taking your medicine, it actually leads to like better results, first of all. But second of all, and this is like another thing with like dentists, too with like dental cleanings. I remember I had like a dental cleaning like this February, and I remember like I just canceled it because my gut feeling was just like, yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that because first of all, like they're scraping at your fucking enamel with like metal tools first of all, but second of all, one of the things that they do in the cleaning is that they remove this there's like a waxy layer that you have over your teeth, and that's like a biofilm that your teeth have that protects it from temperature fluctuations, but it also protects your teeth from bacterial infections, right? And like all and so what they do in the dental clinics is they remove that biofilm, and this is why like your teeth after like the dental cleaning and checkup and whatever, it feels like all scratchy and stuff. That's why it feels all scratchy. And also there's also the fucking fact that they scrape at your fucking enamel and all this other stuff, and then these doctors will talk about they'll talk some bullshit about how like, oh, you have some cavities, and like the next time I fucking go, they're like, oh, I don't have any cavities. So so to me, it feels like either they're making it up or I can heal from cavities just fine, right? Because it's like they'll tell you stuff that isn't there. They'll tell you that you have stuff that you don't have to keep you coming back, basically. And so the whole operation is designed to make money. The whole operation, and like the thing about like dental clinics and stuff like that is that it's completely contradictory to like what actually helps with your teeth. Literally, what's the secret to keeping your teeth clean? It's literally don't first of all, if you eat like meat, vegetables, and rice, if you don't eat all the sugary shit that people try to shove down your, if you're not having like a diet of Twinkies, like the modern world is designed for you to have, and if you don't let shit stick to your teeth, and that's it, right? That's literally all that's required to have to keep your teeth clean. That's literally all that's required to keep your teeth clean. And even when I brush my teeth with only water. I don't use toothpaste because it has like the fluoride in it, right? And if you know, you know when it comes to the fluoride. But yeah, there's that. But then we move on to police officers, which is that police officers are also, they're not there out of the goodness of their heart, right? You get taught this sort of narrative that oh, these people are there because of the goodness of their heart. They're there because they're such good people that they want to protect and serve, right? That's like the shit that you see on all the sides of the police cars and everything else, right? Is that they're there to protect and serve, right? But that's not what doctors or police officers are there to do. They're employees that are there to get fat and collect a check. That's their job. It's like they're clocking in, right? And police officers are no different. If you look at like the police officers, like they're just following orders, right? They're just following orders. Like that's the type of people that they are. That they're and because we live in a world where a lot of the stuff that's legal is evil, and a lot of the stuff that's illegal is good or harmless, right? You have like a guy who he gets put in jail for smoking weed in this fucking car. They point out their guns. It's like, oh, shoot him! He's gonna get the munchies. He's gonna get the munchies. So how dangerous a pothead is. Oh, he's gonna get the munchies and go to his local fast food place. We need to shoot him. He needs to be locked up. And then a guy who raped a little baby gets less time than the guy who smoked, who had a blunt in his fucking car. That's fucking stupid, right? And so the types of people that doctors, that like the professions of being a doctor and being a police officer, the types of people that it attracts are psychos. That like literally, if you look at like the occupations that have the highest number of clinical psychopaths, you will see that it can that CEO excuse me, you see that CEOs and politicians and all this other stuff, CEOs, politicians, police officers, doctors, surgeons, right? These are the people that attract the highest percentage of clinical psychopaths into these professions. Okay, so that's one thing that you have to understand, is that the psychology of these people is that they're just clocking in, they're just following orders, right? Even if those orders are wrong, these people do not question if the orders are wrong, especially like police officers. They don't question whether or not what they're doing is right or wrong, because all they care about is whether or not it's legal, right? They never question the law, and so they're robots basically. If these people were ordered to kidnap your children, to like take your children away, they would do it in a heartbeat. If these people were ordered to shoot your dogs, which is like the ATF, they would do it in a heartbeat. Just general message of the video is that like doctors and police officers are not, people that you can rely on. They're agents of the matrix, basically. And I'm genuinely convinced that like, because of the fact that there's no money in the cure when it comes to like the medical system. It's almost like you're more likely to live a long life if you stay away from doctors as much as possible. If you stay away from the medical industry and like the way, if you stay away from pills, if you stay away from the prescriptions, if you stay away from like the medical gaslighting, like they'll tell you have shit that you don't have. Right? If you stay away from and if you stay away from all that, like guarantee you're going to live a longer life, because the medical industry will try to get you into the system. And when I say into the system, I mean you're paying them money to fix something, even if you don't have anything, right? So whether it's pills, whether it's cancer treatments, whether it's you're on like antidepressants, and like, it's like the same shit where it's like they give kids in fucking school, like, they give a 6-year-old Adderall because they're not paying attention to class. Oh, gee, I wonder why they're not paying attention to class. Number one, school's fucking boring, but number two, they're a 6-year-old kid, right? But no, the medical industry is there to make money, and if they will fuck you up if it makes them more money. That's the whole point. I mean, if nothing else, right? The whole the vid, right? The you know, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but like the vid, right? 2020, right? That is, I would say that's like the number one proof that you can't trust doctors, right? Because like they'll literally say, oh, you're not allowed to visit your loved ones. They'll put people on ventilators that don't need to be put on ventilators, and so they exhaust themselves. That like the lung, like the diaphragm and the lung muscles, they exhaust themselves to death, and then they go home and they jerk off like nothing happened. Okay, so that's the one thing about doctors. But police officers, same thing. Police officers are not there to save you. If it's not worth the paycheck, they will not risk their lives to save you. Plain and simple, right? They're there to get fact, collect a check, and they're there to follow orders. They're agents of the matrix, just like doctors, just like all of these other, just like any politician, And I know there's like a lot of people that say like, oh, Trump's the big daddy messiah that's gonna save. He's like Jesus, but for America, right? But no, Trump's just another politician. He's another agent of the matrix. So there's certain groups of people, there's certain occupations that you cannot trust, because these occupations are fundamentally a part of the matrix. They're fundamentally interwoven into how this matrix operates. And so yeah, I just wanted to sort of make a rant about that, about how you can't trust doctors, you can't trust police officers, you can't trust politicians, right? The people that are the people that you're raised to think that they're there to protect you, they're there to protect and serve, right? They're not. They're there. Who do they protect and serve? They protect and serve their paychecks. They protect and serve the system. Okay, but just trying to think of anything else I want to say. I mean, literally, like, what's the solution to, from a medical perspective? What's the solution? Like, if you stay fit, if you eat healthy, and you sleep enough, and you don't let shit stick to your teeth, right? And you have a healthy diet or whatever. If you're fit, like literally, if you're fit, if you sleep enough, and your diet is generally not shit, that's all you need to be fit. And like 90% of your medical problems will be solved if you get those three things right. If you get like diet, sleep, exercise. If you get those three right, that's fucking it. If you drink fucking water, that's literally, you don't need like all these other drugs and all these pills and all this other bullshit, right? All you need is you need to take care of the basic shit and not be 300 pounds overweight. Okay, so yeah, I mean, yeah, just general message: don't trust doctors, don't trust police officers. They are employees of the state. They're employees of the matrix. They're there to collect a fat check. They're there to buy a new BMW. They're there to power trip. Right? Police officers, they're power tripping. Right? They're there to power trip. That's why they took the job in the first place. They took the job so that they could power trip over random civilians. They didn't do it to protect and serve. Right? So you have to know who to trust and who to not trust in this matrix. Right? But yeah, that's the video.